Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Marvel Avengers. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, Heroic. Let's get to it. The mission Last Avenger Standing is the last mission in the quest line for Reigning Supreme, but it is also the Elite Heroic Hive. You can think of this as the final tutorial or the final test of the game in terms of understanding and putting it all together. I'm talking about understanding all of your perks on your gear pieces, but also understanding and being able to use in different situations your different attacks and abilities. Now, a lot of the specializations will have to do with your playstyle, and similarly, the perks on your gear should reflect your playstyle as well. But certainly, some perks will be better than others. For instance, if you have a piece that has chance of getting an invulnerability buff with a light combo finisher, tied also on the same piece with a gamma radiation status effect with light combo finishers, is going to be much preferred over a piece that has a damage buff on heavy combo finishers and then gamma damage status on light combo finishers. Additionally, if you mainly use heavy combos, it doesn't make sense to have a gear piece with perks for light combos. So in addition to having gear pieces that reflect your playstyle and picking the correct specializations for that playstyle, you also have to understand what attacks work best in what situations. So if you have a bunch of guys down the hallway and you are Captain America, you're going to target as many of those guys with your shield quickly before they start firing back at you. And then, of course, you're going to kick it back and take out even more guys. Similarly, if there are enemies that are in close range, you're not going to target them with ranged attacks. You're going to hit them with melees or even special abilities. Additionally, you're going to want to look at the mission modifiers, which you'll be able to see at the war table, or if you hit options while you're in the mission itself, you can see what mission modifiers are currently on that mission. So you will have to modify your playstyle depending on what modifiers are going for that mission. For instance, if you have a mission modifier that enemies will regain their health over time, you're going to want to concentrate on one bad guy at a time instead of dealing damage a little bit and kind of spreading it around to all the enemies in the area. Additionally, if you have a modifier that does more damage for all ranged attacks, then you're going to want to use your ranged attack more often. Obviously, if you have a whole bunch of close combat situations, you're not going to use ranged attacks because that is setting yourself up to go down. Speaking of going down, this one mission has some peculiar attributes or conditions that are attached to it. First of all, there is no matchmaking. You have to go in by yourself. Additionally, when you go down during the mission, instead of restarting at that level, whatever level you stopped at, you're going to have to choose another Avenger and pick up the mantle from there. So much like the Mega Hive, you will need to do this solo, and you will need to have Avengers of appropriate level. And I believe this one has a minimum power of 140, and then of course it'll be scaled to your level. So if you're at 150, then it is going to be at 150. If you're at 140, it's going to be 140. If you're at 130, it's going to be 140 as well. Now, unlike the Mega Hive, this downing system works similarly to other missions, so you do have a mulligan if you happen to go down. It's not an automatic fail if you go down and you have to go to another Avenger. You have an opportunity for your AI teammates to bring you back up, and then you can carry on from there, as you'll see in this video. Much like other hives, you will need to get to the door and interact with the door in order to progress, and you only have a certain amount of time in order to do that. Additionally, the enemies will continue to respawn until you interact with a door. So the earlier that you can interact with a door, the better. So if you see an opening that you can interact with a door, and you'll need a good 10 seconds to interact with the door. If you're interrupted, you'll have to start over. Now, once you interact with the door, then you just have to clear out the current wave of enemies and then go into the elevator and make your way down to the first floor. Speaking of floors, there are 14 floors on this mission, and you have to clear each floor in order to progress to the next one. However, if there is a hallway where all you need to do is get to the end of the hallway, now you can go straight past any enemies in that hallway, get to the end, interact with that terminal, and move on to the next section of the same floor. With 14 floors, it's going to take you a decent amount of time, so knowing when you have to fight the bad guys and when you can run past them and move along or progress is going to be important, because that is a risk that you're taking that maybe they're going to take you out, use one of your 3 lives, and might have to switch to another Avenger. So getting to those next steps is crucially important. Now, when you set up this mission, choose the AI that you have in your roster that will be good support members. So Ms. Marvel is always a good choice because she has that health regen ability, so that'll help get your willpower back. And of course, you have no control over it, so it will randomly come back. Although normally, I have noticed that when I get down, below half, that is typically when I see Ms. Marvel activate that ability. So if you have specializations or abilities that are unlocked that can help you stay alive, increase your armor so you don't take as much damage, or become invulnerable, or regenerate your willpower or health, those are all important support characters to have in your fight against AIM. Now, one of the most important tips for doing this mission is knowing when to use different abilities and how quick are those abilities going to come back. The more heroic orbs that drop, the faster you'll be able to get those abilities back. So if you have AI team members or yourself that can make heroic orbs, then you can use those heroics more often. Or if they drop regen packs, then you'll be able to take a little bit more risk so that you know that if you get hurt, you can run and grab that regen pack and you'll still be okay. If you get into a bad situation where you're not sure what's going to happen or you're getting hurt, then maybe go ahead and dodge and look for one of those regen barrels to break open and get some willpower back so you can get back in the fight. If nothing else, kind of take a step back and assess the situation, and then you can go back into it. Now, lastly, at the end of this, after you finish this completely and successfully, of course, you'll get rewards, but when you go back to the Helicarrier, there will also be a shortcut scene, which, spoiler alert, is at the end of this video. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
sending them pickup coordinates so they can evacuate.
Were you lonely by yourself?
Fine.
Sorry I wasn't there for you, big guy.
I'm not crying.
AIM has a set of turbines powering one of their emergency generators. Disable them.
Avengers, we got this! Knock them down!
You need to access the terminal to reach the turbine.
Scratch another bad guy.
Destroy the turbines. AIM has sent forces to stop you.
Attack! Nice work!
That turbine is finished. Well done.
Who's next?
generator is no longer functional.
The Chimera's not as crowded as it used to be.
Not everyone found their way back. Some disappeared after what happened. We've been looking, but
Don't get my hopes up.
no.
Head for the location on your HUD. These enemies must be defeated.
Enemy down.
so scary, are you, big guy? Ah, sorry.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD. There is a chest with gear close by.
Enemy down.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Hold still.
Bye for now.
I'm in trouble here.
Someone order a rescue?
Thanks for the assist. Not all at once.
Get up. Fight's not over.
One of their agents is down.
No.
Excellent. Another agent down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized.
I can do this all.
Another enemy defeated.
Finally, it's over.
Team are no longer a threat.
Remember what we talked about.
Focus. Look for an opening. Use their mistakes against them.
And
Oh, don't forget to breathe.
don't forget to breathe.
AIM has a server bank nearby. There they are. Neutralize them. AIM will throw everything at you to keep their servers intact. Destroy them all.
Nice work. Attack formation. This old dog still got a few tricks.
That server has been destroyed.
That's your last mistake. Great job. Maybe.
The server is down. Well done.
Your eyes deceive you.
Down you go.
Excellent. AIM server bank is down. AIM resistance is certainly increasing. An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Guess I do.
Here's an energy boost. Let's go.
We've got the advantage.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
That's your last mistake.
Take things up a notch. Do it.
One of their agents is down.
Not all at once.
Another agent down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. The team are no longer a threat. Interact with the object ahead of you. Aim units have found your location. They must be defeated.
All right. Who's next? Scratch another bad guy.
You okay, big guy? Ready for more? Good.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Scratch another bad guy.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Avengers, charge!
One of their agents is down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated. Team are no longer a threat.
Did you ever meet Sinatra?
Everyone in the 40s didn't know each other. Everyone in the 40s didn't know each other.
Oh. Did you meet FDR?
Yes.
If you can gain control of AIM's network temporarily, I can infiltrate their security system. Head for the terminal so I can get you inside the lab. AIM's network is equipped with a multi-point authentication system. I need access to multiple terminals. The more the better. AIM will attempt to initiate a shutdown protocol if they gain access to the terminal. You cannot let them. Beginning infiltration. AIM is trying to remove me from their system. The shutdown protocol is progressing.
This may shock you.
That helps, thank you. I'm inside AIM security system. AIM is trying to remove me from their systems. I'm inside AIM security system.
We've got the
shutdown protocol is progressing. AIM has initiated their shutdown protocol. AIM is trying to remove me from their systems. Beginning infiltration.
Down you go.
I'm inside AIM's security system.
Heads up!
I've breached AIM's security network.
Someone moved my shield the other day.
Check roof.
You weren't using it as a frisbee again, were you? Come on, Dan.
Head for the location on your HUD. These enemies must be defeated.
Had to happen. Coming in! This is gonna hurt.
elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Nice work.
Not your smartest move.
Not all at once.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Attack formation. Here's why they call us Avengers.
This might hurt.
One of their agents is down.
Fuck yeah!
Scratch another bad guy. Avengers, charge! Let's shake this up!
Excellent. Another agent down.
This on for size.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated. The team are no longer a threat.
So, below it this time, huh?
She was always my favorite alias.
Mine too.
Head for the location on your HUD. These enemies must be defeated.
Coming at you!
Get around them! This may shock you!
You should. Fuck this! Let's shake this up! Guys, little help? Scratch another bad guy. Avengers, charge!
This may shock you! Back in!
This is gonna hurt. Nice. Gotta love the classics. Hold still. Attack! They don't make them like they used to. Great job. Was that it? I was just getting warmed up.
Here's an energy boost!
The enemies have been defeated. We have reached the Hive's final floor. elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Avenger in proximity. Contact. Agents are flanked.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Attack formation!
One of their agents is down. Excellent. Another agent down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated. The team are no longer a threat. Truly excellent work, Avengers. AIM's first major effort to turn the tide against us has been defeated. While we know Scientist Supreme has many schemes in the works, the immediate threat of a veritable army of robots has been thwarted. Well done, Avengers. A hearty congratulations is in order. I would high-five you were it not a digital construct and programmed to avoid overly gratuitous displays of emotion.
School? Oh, please. She's surrounded by the greatest brains in the world. Yeah.
Hi.
Steve? Care to do the...
Kamala Khan.
We're making you an Avenger, kid. What? He was taking forever.
Are you serious?
He reminded us of our purpose and forgave us for forgetting.
Even the big guy is more like himself than he's been in a while.
This is awesome.
The world may look a little different from the last time we were here. But so do most of us. We helped create MODOK. And humans. AIM, Monica, that is on us. But we won't walk away from it. We are going to face this head on. Do right by the people we've hurt. Stop those who want to hurt others. But most of all...
We do it together. Sorry, I was just really into it.
What she said. Avengers. Assemble.
Almost finished with that report for Commander Hill. She's not gonna like this week's update.